And we're live.
Hi, YT.
Hello, YouTube. What's up, Metal? I missed you, buddy. Oh, we are live here on day number 4 or 5. I don't remember, but we are on one of those days where we get to see an Arabian oasis once again. Actually, come to think of it, he named the map Arabian Oasis. Arabian, I get it. It's a desert. Most countries in the Middle East near Saudi Arabia is kind of a desert, kind of not. But where is the oasis? Aren't oasis circles? Are these oasis? It's not a circle. It looks like a fucking uterus. that looks like a uterus. For fuck's sake. Anyways, we got Marko and Ed here. Ed finally playing. I know the colors are a bit swapped, so we are gonna swap that in the next game. But Marko is a red player, as contrary to the score. But Marko is starting up top left, and Ed finally playing his games here on day number 4 or 5. So today it's kind of Ed versus the world, kind of not. But this is what we have. Arabian Oasis best of 5, 1 veto. Each win will gain you 1 point, and a loss will gain you 0 points at all. Exactly, Path. So Ed, as we know, very calm and collected player, very good player, huge friends and R2 in general. Actually, I don't think I've seen him placed lower than 20 in the recent months, actually. So throughout the past couple of months, he's always ranked spot 20 or above, if I'm not wrong. I mean, you can say the same for Marko as well. I know Marko's one of the best players in the world, and is one of the most consistent players in the world. And I believe I was reading up, Ed is currently rank 1. Yeah, exactly. As I was reading up in QM chat earlier, Ed is currently rank 1 in QM, and he's on a winning streak. He's on about a 12 or 13 game winning streak here, so clearly has the upper hand in this. Marko, I'm not sure whether he's been warming up or not, but he has to take the full brunt of Ed today, who's been daring and waiting and wanting to get his games done. So on the back of this, we are in the 3rd minute here, start of the game. Ed pushing forward towards mid. Marko only 3 runs available. It did go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus here. Ed is on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. And he's on his 3rd war. Same with Marko. Absolutely on fire. Turn up the game volume. There you go. So the drones from both players aren't actually doing much. I think one of them got drone, but Marko's second drone, or his primary drone, still back in base. So both players long distance mining those gems. We've seen this time and time again. But the drone is up on top. Marko now tanking Ed, actually. He has his 5th war up now. Jesus, Marko. So Ed's gonna have to catch up here. He does have 6k in the bank, but is he spending it well? He hasn't built that many buildings after that. He's gonna push along the top here, while Marko's gonna prep around the bottom. But he needs more walls here, Ed. Finally, there you go. There's a 4th wall. He's still behind the rhinos here. Maybe just a lapse of concentration there for Ed. I'm not too sure. And this is looking to be pretty Marko's side at the moment. They were pretty even, but all of a sudden Marko had like twice as many tanks as Ed has. Yeah, so both players just kind of scallywagging around. Ed is gonna take an engagement. First engagement down the bottom. Not sure whether that would go out well for him. Reinforcements coming towards mid. So does Marko's. Ed does not want to take that fight there. Marko is superior number of rhinos. And Fodder coming in around the back as well. Even though he is on 5 walls now, he's a little bit too late to engage. Marko's gonna push through all the way here around the bottom. Ed planting a couple sentry guns to hide behind, but it's not looking good for Ed. But Marko needs not to overcommit. And he absolutely does not overcommit there. He got the damage done, got a couple rhinos out, wasted a sentry gun from Ed. And he's just gonna pull back now while he expands down towards bottom left. Uh-oh, miner stuck. Yeah, just move your MCV, bro. Marko, move your MCV. Poor miner is stuck between a rock and a fucking cactus and the other buildings. Marko's gonna keep pushing around the bottom here. Ed sends the rest of his miners on the bottom along the top. Yeah, I know, Zane. Marko gonna push forward. He's gonna run all the way through. He wants to get those miners out of the way, but that seems to be more of a suicide job there. There you go, Marko. I'm not sure what that was about. Ed pushing along the top as well. One miner is about to go down here. Down it goes. And the second one as well. Marko's a little bit late to pull back there, but tons of sentry guns for him. And this is actually non-stop action here. Round the bottom, round the top. Marko still has a miner stuck there. Finally, there you go. He kills it with a rhino. Ed's moving some CV. A little bit later, but we're all good. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls, or 4.5 walls now for Ed. Marko is on 6, so he's on full production. It's gonna be hard for Ed to pull back here after that not really good engagement from the start. He's trying to split once again to get a couple miners out of the way. It's not as good. Even though Ed did have a better economy, Marko was... Oof, Marko with that stuck miner that cost him a lot of time. This is why his eco is so far behind. Even though he did have the high number of rhinos. Not rhinos, miners in that game. Marko trying against split on the bottom here. Ed really quick to notice that. Good micro to pull away here so the pathing doesn't fuck him up over. And Marko's slowly gonna dry run over the left side here. He did sell his MCV to keep up with his eco and the production. He's gonna push forward here around the bottom and mid as well. It's totally uncontested. Marko over 3-way split along the top right as well. He's gonna push back around the cliffs to get a miner that's on the way up. And Marko down the bottom, down the middle as well. He's gonna combine the top right split and mid split together. He's gonna snipe another miner out of Ed here. The miners pathing there, just screwing Ed a little bit too much there. He's gonna opt for drones to deal with that bottom split, while Ed makes a push towards mid himself to probably pull back Marko and buy him some time to defend here. Drones coming from Ed in London base. Marko should be trying to get the miners here. You see, he's trying to push all the way to the top right. The miners are. Meanwhile, Ed gonna push through the entire force of Marko down to mid. Can he make this happen here in tech fight? He seems like he is, but the tech numbers from Marko way too much for him. Down does Ed go in the middle and top right. Miners getting hit left, right, and center. Ed's drones here opting to go for the mid split instead of his miners down in top right. And so many miners damaged and down here for Ed. Marko's on broke. He sold his MCV, but he does not have enough ore remaining. He probably should have expanded and then planted another ref before selling that MCV, but he did what he had to do to keep up the eco for his production of 6 war factories. And Marko's gonna clean up down on top right here, pulling away and chasing those miners down. Ed sells a couple walls here for his eco while he splits down to his mid as well. Turn to target Marko's miners here. Back down on bottom right, Ed still making drones. Marko, can he micro to defend at the same time? He definitely can, but how well can he do it? That is the question here. Pulls back his miners. War factories are coming out here. No sentry guns available after selling that MCV. Looks like Marko's gonna pull back here and try to defend when he can. Ed, he's gonna push forward as well, but his rhinos are smoking here. 2 other very low health. The reinforcements coming from Marko here with the units from Ed's base will clean everything up. And on the back of that, Ed is broke with 1 miner remaining, and he calls GG. That's 1-0 to Marko. Holy shit, that's loud. Oh. God damn. God damn. God damn. So 1-0. Yep, I know. Come on. Half more traveled, he goes. Alright, path more traveled, let's go. We're going very quick fire here. Looks like Latov said he's available in an hour or two as well. It's fine. It's alright, it's alright. Alright, second game here. Marko, after that first very no, not really a dominating win. Ed really put him through the ringer there. Random connection drop. None from my end. Yeah, Marko really put up a fight there. Ed, sorry, put up a good fight against Marko. But eventually Marko still came away, even though he had a buck miner for a minute or so. So that was something to be seen there. No, there wasn't. So path more traveled here. Someone's probably gonna go Kirov. But yeah, I'm gonna end the predictions in a couple seconds here, so we're all gonna vote in. So what is starting in the top and the early game here. So difference in build, both players gonna build around the bottom. We've seen Latov's playstyle here with the double drone and going 0 immediately. I wonder if the same shenanigans are gonna happen with the drone. I don't think so. Alright, predictions are gonna close in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over. Too late. So drone from Marko is gonna go all the way around the bottom there. That's why he carries in those tents. So the drone immediately goes down. So one miner out of Ed there. I think he just wanted to follow up that drone with the Rhino. But it didn't anyway. Second war for Marko goes down in mid. That's gonna cap the power drop pretty late here. So Marko's gonna get the first power drop off. Oh, Marko! He's gonna follow in with that drone. Unfortunately, he loses 2 rhinos along the way. Does he have enough to defend here? I don't think he does have as much, but we know how Marko defends, which is really well. And the Paragon on top level is going to take care of that refinery, so last bit of gems there for Ed just get denied. And then the oil will be targeted next. So Marko trying to get some mid control here. Ed is still pretty far away from any sort of mid control at all. He only has his rhinos on the mid. Third war from Marko, really bold here with his economy and production around the front here. He's gonna have to spam out a couple more refineries. So he only has 3 miners on the field, and 3 miners to 3 wars is not a good ratio that you want to have, especially if you only have miners on gems. Very good. That's a 4 wars to 3, sorry, 4 miners to 3 wars. So it's sort of pretty not that desirable of it. There you go. He gets another miner down in mid. He got some mid control. He doesn't need to commit all of his rhinos all the way back though, so he's gonna split half of them to defend in mid. But once again, we're seeing Ed being the aggressor here in every single game so far. Marko getting mid control. Ed allowing Marko to get some mid control, not contesting it at all. He's only threatening Marko with a chance of a split here. Marko needs to pull back that miner away. That miner has already gobbled up all the gems. And that is, be careful here, bringing in the fodder with the paradrap. That's going to be great for him. Unfortunately, Marko does have the micro and a larger number of rhinos here. Good tank control from both players, but Marko's tank numbers are actually really elite, and Ed is not going to take that fight and he's going to quit out immediately. That's 2-0 to Marko. Yeah, exactly. When you're Playing against someone like Marko, who is an absolute beast in micro and in all things combined, you're gonna have to come up with some pretty bold strategies. So obviously Ed's current strat of just building up and sort of putting pressure on Marko hasn't been working so far, but this time Marko's gonna go Allied America on Montana DMZ, so he will have the threat of that double power drops available for him. I'm pretty sure he might just go for an AFC immediately after that. Ooh, immediately after that first ref. The War Factory, sorry, but we're seeing Ed here with a small Connie rush down under the bridge, and that's too many Connies for an anti-scout. Oh my god! From the 15 or so Connies that Ed has, down it goes to 4. So too many Connies for anti-scout and too little for Connie rush, so it's a little bit of an in-between there. He's gonna reinforce them with more Connies, but Marko's gonna go 0 from the War Factory, squish some of them along with more dogs here to defend. So first Pedro already out, Marko opts for that second ref instead of an AFC first. Probably a good idea to get the gems first beforehand. The balls to bait the drone in. But Ed's still on 2 miners now, both on gems, so that's about 4 miners on gold. Out comes the AFC from Marko. Oh, that's amazing tank control there from Marko. Just to realize that that drone was coming in, and that's why he had that sentry gun there. So Rocky out, probably just a scout. It's not gonna do too many things with it. So Marko on 3 minus now, Ed is on 3 as well. After Ed went 0 and then spammed out the warfare refineries there. And then Marko is building a miner after his tanks there. Good paradrop positioning out of Marko down on the bridge there to cut off any reinforcements coming in. Albeit RE2 GIs, but still pretty useful, especially for any sort of fodder that's coming in. Radar out for Ed. It's gonna go with probably a couple desos beforehand actually. There you go. The desos to do with the power drops here. The Harris is ready. Harry goes for the flak instead. Looks like Ed is prepping for a deso bomb here. Interestingly enough, there's no tech out of Marko just yet, just the AFC. So let's see how that goes. That flag still on 1 health. Can Ed dodge it pretty well here? He does. It's like Ed is gonna place his rhinos there along the river, try to push forward. That's why you want to have that power drop there. There you go. Down goes the flag. So the desos are immediately exposed. That's gonna bring in his Connies as fodder, or is he gonna plant them down? He's gonna plant them down here. Oh no, they were up here actually. There you go, Ed pushing along the top right, getting rid of a power now. And he's gonna get a couple miners out of the way. 1 miner goes down, second gets thrown out of the way. And Ed's damage are actually being done what power is done, and getting 1 miner out of the way as well. That's good APM out of Ed here, but he can't overcommit in case he gets swarmed by the Grizzlies. There are 2 war factories for Marko. He had spent all the way to bottom right. And Ed still on 1 war and 4 miners there, being aggressive as always. So he's gonna try the same strat here with aggressing over Marko. Sort of forcing a mistake out of him, but it's not really a good idea considering how it didn't really go well. Red particularly was for the raid. Considering how it didn't go so well when against Marko's Soviet. Maybe he thinks that Marko's allied will be a little bit easier to handle, but he is getting swarmed by the Grizzlies here. Paradrop comes in down on bottom mid. Another split coming from Ed down on bottom right here. Marko's Grizzlies are all preoccupied along the top. He's gonna have to send a couple of reinforcements straight from the war factory or his sentry gun down. He's gonna opt for the Harriers as well. And Ed's production is gonna probably have a toll. He needs to keep up the pace here with a little bit more war factories, more than 2 actually, ideally 4, to keep up with Marko, who has 2 war factories now. Finally, the Desert can come in and clear a way on that bridge. But Ed again, being the aggressor, it's gonna push forward and probably force a mistake out of Marko. But it's proving really, really hard to do so far. These Rocketeers want that dead Rhino out of here. Now we see a lab coming out from Marko. Mirages are gonna get spammed out here. Pillballs once again. So that's the end of the split along the top here. So Ed is gonna focus down on bottom right now along with Marko. Pedro comes in, not deployed. Marko's gonna go all in there against the Rhinos. That's not gonna work, Marko. Down he goes. No Mirages out just yet either from Marko. He's not, oh, he is producing now, but Ed is gonna come in with reinforcements here. He's finally picked up on the production. And he can keep up with Marko here. Marko losing a game, so that's 2-1 to Ed now. Ed finally getting a point on the board. So typically we would see Ed going allied, but instead Marko's gonna stay allied instead. Marko definitely can play allied. He's won many allied tournaments. Sure, Ed would know. Ed probably ran those tournaments back in the day. But Marko opting for Korea now. So hopefully getting some more luck with those Eagles. Unfortunately, Ed is really, really good at dodging those the planes we saw earlier on that DMZ game. Wobble. When Ed was just dodging the Eagles left, right, and center. Eventually the flag went down, but he was too out-macroed with another tank fight somewhere else. But he definitely knows how to dodge those planes. So an Eagle here, more damage, a lot more expensive. So Marko's gonna has to be a lot more careful. Ed body blocking here. Yikes. Yikes. He's gonna have to put a power and then a ref there. He should have been able to place the War Factory immediately afterwards. Or he'll just go a double ref. No issue there. So Ed's gonna opt for the 0. So if Marko scouted this, he would have cancelled his miner that's building and get a Grizzly out immediately and get a sentry gun. There you go. He sees it. Oh my god. Timing. There you go, Ed just planting on the side of the War Factory so the drone will get through here. Pillbox is gonna target the drone. And then Ed is gonna pressure up here. Obviously seeing that the pressure was working against Marko earlier on, but with a high number of Rhinos. So we'll see whether Marko can defend here. He goes through an AFC, so Eagles will be coming out here. That'll be great to deal and do a lot of damage to probably get the Rhinos down to half health. If Ed decides to push forward here, he decides not to and pulls back instead after expanding up top here on that cliff. Ed has 4 miners now, and Marko has 4 or 5 as well. Marko has 4. He has 4. Fifth one about to come out here. So Marko just trying to push back Ed down in mid. Fortunately, Ed does have a couple of reinforcements to push him back. And now Marko's in trouble. He has no eco. Marko's eco clearly done out here by the immediate production of the Eagles. But there is nothing else to keep Marko here. No eco. Pillbosses will be easily dodged through. And obviously he only has those Eagles to rely on, but they are reloading back in home base. 1 Rhino remaining here. But Ed's eco is actually doing really well, obviously, moving all the way down to the top left side, so he will get those gems along the way, and any Grizzlies coming out of War Factory will be immediately overpowered by the high number of Rhinos. Well, low number of Rhinos, but in comparison to Marko, it is pretty high. And Ed's gonna still keep out the pressure here. Marko has a lot on his hands to deal with. And those Eagles are actually turning out to be a really good investment here. Marko down to a game of survival at the moment. More Rhinos coming in, back and forth here. Back after back after back Rhinos. Can Marko hold on here? Will he have enough time to build his eco up? He opts for a second War Factory. Even though he's very low on eco, he needs to buy himself some time to get his eco up here. And Ed is not giving him any time at all. He's seen how Marko dealt with the pressure as allied. And he knows he wants to keep the pressure up just so Marko doesn't have any eco. which worked really well here. And it looks like he's gonna wait for a couple more reinforcements before pushing back in. So second war finally out of Ed. After being so aggressive down there, he has a good minor spread. And Ed just pulling, just sort of putting the gas pedal up there just a little bit, waiting in mid. Ooh. Ed immediately saw Marko moving his MCV, so he immediately went to cut off the path there on the way. But yeah, Ed waited in mid for some reinforcements there. That, I think, was a pretty bad idea, because Marko now has a good number of Grizzlies after his eco was given some time to rebuild. But Ed's gonna power through down towards bottom right. That flag being chased down by the eagle. Ed may be over committing to the flag here. He has 3 flags which go down to every single eagle hit. Now he's on the chase here, obviously because he built those flags instead of rhinos. And Marko successfully chases Ed out of his side of the map. Ed, on the back of that, 3 war factories. One of them are long distancing, the others are on pretty healthy ore patches. And Ed making a move to his bottom right once again here. Eagles coming in once again as well. Marko is going to get his eco up and running with the miner and gems. Of the chrono miners, you can just chrono them and whoosh them away to the right side. I'm expecting a split out of Ed here down the left side, which is what he is exactly doing. And Marko trying to deal with the split on the right side of the map. Will he notice a split down the left side? He does. Will he be fast enough to Marko those miners away? Oh, and Ed there out micro on the left side here. No tank control at all. Too busy planting some movements onto his right side here, by another split coming into his middle. Eagles are preoccupied down the bottom right, so the middle split now incoming as well, along with the left split. Looks like Ed just forgot the split down the mid. Marko pulling in so many grizzlies onto the middle here. Gives Ed the opportunity to push down onto the right side. And now Ed with a 3-way split down the mid, left, and the bottom right. Overpowering. Oh, Marko on the bottom right here. It's gonna push away all of its rhinos and destroy that. MCV is definitely gonna go down mid. So many miners taken out here, and on the bottom left as well, taking out that pillbox and any grizzlies come along with it. MCV does go down either way, but still a couple rhinos surviving here. And look at the number of rhinos Ed has in base. 4 war factories, a huge number, a good number of rhinos coming towards the left side. And Marko got hit with so much damage there. It'll take a while for him to rebuild and get a good number of units out. He does have a good number of units here, but I think Ed will probably beat that in terms of production with his 4 war factories here. So Marko's gonna try to make an move with the advantage that he has now before Ed has the ability to rebuild. He's gonna push him down to his mid here. Ed knows he doesn't want to take that fight, so he retreats back to the high ground. Now Marko with 3 war factories, 2 eagles back in base, and 2 flags ready for Ed to defend. And then comes the eagles once again here. So in this situation, Marko just needs to split around here. Did what Ed did onto him. And sort of split around, snap a couple of miners there, which he wants to do. Ed now pulling in the miner as fodder. A huge fight down on top right here. The tank control from both players are really good, including that miner fodder, but the Grizzlies are on a short lifespan here. He's gonna retreat first, and we all know whoever retreats first is always on the losing end. And so Marko just pulling back, but Ed's rhinos as well, so smoking here. The Eagles can just take him out 1 hit, and the Rocketeers as well, which is what they've been doing all along. Marko is changing his target there with the Eagles onto the flag. Yeah, that miner fodder was really clutch there. I think the miner pathing just sort of fucked up and goes towards the left there, and then Ed was like, yeah, I'll use them as fodder. Good timing, miners. You didn't fuck up. Obviously, Marko losing that MCV means his miners will be long distance mining here. He will be short of eco, which is what you're seeing right now. Meanwhile, Ed with his MCV still intact, a fresh all patch on the left side. Eco is still pretty strong and pretty heavy, so Marko's going to be the one aggressing here and try to snipe a couple miners along the way. Pull Ed's eco, pull pull Ed's eco down. Fuck's sake. So try something else here. There's still that one miner on the right side, which he can definitely split, but I don't think he wants to split currently. Ed's gonna out for the drones, and that's gonna be a lot more annoying to deal with. Yeah, so Marko again, he needs to split, he needs to do something here. Splitting is not the ideal thing you want to do when you're out tanked, but when you're, especially when you have grizzlies and your opponent has rhinos, it's a lot hard to do. Very, very hard to do, but Marko's gonna go for it. Obviously he does have the skill for it. He opts for that miner on the right side here while the fight happens on the left. The flag is coming in as fodder along with those miners as well. And can he survive that? He does. Marko survives with only 2 miners remaining. Marko survives with 2 grizzlies remaining. And top right here, Ed losing that miner. And he's escaped with 1 grizzly on 1 health. Also, Ed says Marko's sort of pulling back here. Gives Ed an opportunity to split himself down on the right side. He's gonna push into his mid as well, sending a couple flag to his bottom right. Ed's Marko's miner here are in trouble. He has to get to them before anything else happens to him. And so I thought he sold his MTV. He's gonna move it all the way towards the top of the right hand side. And this is looking to be a pretty long game here. 11 minutes in. And it's gonna opt for more eco down to his bottom right. He gets a miner, which is, oh no. Oh yeah, the miner was totally saved there, chronoed away. So Marko's gonna deal with that split down on bottom right here and in mid as well. So with this lead that Ed has here, it hasn't been that much damaging. He did get a lot of, just a couple of miners and a lot of grizzlies, but not much of a nail in the coffin to properly end the game here. Relative fodder as well from Ed. So Ed really showing why he's one of the most consistent RE2 players out there. Marko opting for another split. Ed has the drones available. Marko's looking to split on the right side here, doing more damage onto the MCB, which is totally unprotected. Ed sees it and immediately sends a rhino falls onto the right hand side. That leaves his left side vulnerable, but he does have those drones. Marko's gonna try to take a couple miners out here. Unfortunately, the drones are available to defend. And again, that right split not doing much here, but he does pull Ed's rhinos away. Which is what I think Marko tried to do, just sort of isolate and put himself in situations where he can slowly just sort of out-tank these small numbers of rhinos, but that's proving to be really hard to do against Ed. Someone like Ed, against someone like Ed, that's what I wanted to say. Who is so quick to realize any sort of splits happening. And with that, Ed sort of makes his way towards Marko's side of the map. This is where the name Caverns for Siberia comes in. Choke points galore, and the left side, Marko coming in, and once again no drones available from Ed this time. He does make a couple, but there's no miners there. Obviously Ed pulled them back in the fight down in mid here. Rhinos up against grizzlies. Marko's not gonna win that fight at all, and he calls GG, and Ed pulls it back to 2-2. This is the reverse sweep incoming here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. AVA on Alaskan oil spill. Definitely not something to see every day here. This map in general, people hate naval maps here, especially on maps like Alaskan oil spill. Well, it's it's I wouldn't say it's down to luck, but luck does have a factor in it. We've seen this map played by Chien and Tim actually. I still remember that AVA game where Chien actually beat Tim as allied on Alaskan oil spill. He just made a couple of Rocketeers and got his power out of the way, and then Tim didn't have enough Rocketeers to deal with Chien's Rockies. So he lost immediately. So difference in build here, Ed is gonna opt for the naval yard and 5 engineers. Well, Marko opts for the radar with the rocketeers. Yep, 5 engines out of Ed here. He's gonna obviously make 2 transports to get the, I think he wants to get Marko's oil. Or you might get this and split them up onto the right and left. But Marko's committing to engineers. Marko's committing to rocketeers, and so he won't be able to get some of the transports out of the way. Ed did get 1 transport. Sorry, Marko did get 1 transport there. Look at Marko splitting up as well. So 1 rocky down on top right to get top left to settle that transport. Fortunately, the transport that Marko sent to its mid and this oil did go down to its bottom, and Marko not capturing any oils at all. He's going to go for it now with the chopper. Drop down on top left. And Marko capping the oil down in mid here, and bottom left as well. I think there's 1. I don't think that's an engineer in that. Marko, RA2GIs, man, RA2GIs. Not able to deal with a single kill box at all. So Marko capping the 2 oils down in mid. If he gets, say, a couple of Patriot missiles, that'd be great actually.
P-Manic says, did you know there was a period in Japan where fixing broken personal hygiene appliances was so important they named the time period after it? It was called the Showa Restoration period.
Showa Restoration period. I like that. I like that. So Marko going all the way up to lab tech here. Ed going for that 2nd naval yard. Yeah, and I was saying that Patriot missiles on the mid will be so crucial for him. That's gonna cut off any rocketeers coming straight from his base, from Ed's base down to its Marko's base. So Marko's gonna cap that bottom left oil, escorting the rocketeers and that their chopper there. That's actually pretty funny to see. It's like in real life. So bottom left oil, Ed's gonna opt to kill it. Ed's on lab tech as well, and Marko has a naval yard ready. So dolphins are being produced as we speak. So Marko 1, 2, 3 oils. Radar from Ed goes towards the bottom right side of Marko's base. He sees that pretty easily. Marko still with 3 oils, so he might not lose that one. Oh, just about saves it. 1 tick of health. But this Aegis cruiser is going to be really important for Ed, because Marko's rocketeers have been getting away with absolutely everything so far. And now that the Aegis is there, Marko can't defend this oil. And an aircraft carrier comes out immediately for Ed here, targeting the oil. But the dolphins now here for Marko. I still hate that I can't see underwater units, but the dolphins can definitely take care of any sort of units or air navy units that Ed has. I don't think Ed has been making any dolphins at all. The destroyers won't be enough to deal with the dolphins at all, and since the Aegis cruiser went down, the rockets can come in and deal a lot of damage onto the aircraft carrier. Forward naval yard out from Marko. It's looking good for Marko so far. Ed has been aggressive with the oil captures and everything, but Marko's playing the long game, and Ed is gonna call GG either way, and that's gonna be 3-2. On the brink of it. Marko pulling it clutch there, no reverse sweep available for him. That's gonna be 3-2 towards Marko.